Very good. Who are we? Who are we? You're speaking about what?
The nature, the type, the el modo de transporte, los riesgos asegurables.
Okay, we spoke about this, remember? Yes or no? So, those are the aspects that are important to determine the price of an insurance. This cut is very short, so we're going to really do a lot of something, okay? There's a lot. We'll have, at the end we'll have, let me see, we'll have 6 presentations for the last exam, okay? So just prepare yourself, guys. I'll give you also lectures you have to read, okay? We're going to read about free trade zone. We're going to read about the whole import process. We're going to read about many other things, okay? So, okay. So we spoke that there were 2 types of policies or insurance policies in transportation. We said one was called merchandise insurance. The other one is contractual responsibility insurance. Correct? Those 2 types of insurance are what? One is merchandise is to support the cargo while it's being moved from one point to another, and contractual responsibility insures the asset of the transporter, the plane, the train, the warehouse, etc. Okay? In the merchandise insurance, there are 2 types. One is called automatic policy, and the other one is what is called a specific one. Automatic policies are what? What are automatic policies? Basically, if you are an exporter and you move a lot of cargo, or you're an importer and you move a lot of cargo, you can go to the insurance company and say, you know what? I want the automatic policy. They will ask you for documentation, you'll give it to them, etc. And at the end, what will happen? They will make a contract with you, correct? How is that contract? Whatever you move, all you have to do to insure it is call the insurance company. Hey, insurance company, I'm going to move from Bogota to Cartagena. How much is the cargo cost? How much does the cargo cost? The cargo costs 100 million pesos. Okay, move it. All you have to do is call and send a copy of the transport document, correct? So, if you're moving by land, you will send a copy of a cartaporte and call the insurance company and say, I want to insure the cargo moving from one place to another, correct? That's all you have to do if it's an automatic policy. It's very simple. And at the end of the month, the insurance company will call you, send you what you owe, correct? They'll send you what you owe, and you will pay it, okay? That is what is called an automatic policy. It's for, generally are for companies that move volume, or move frequently by land, by sea, by air, and they want to insure every time they move a cargo, they don't have to go to the insurance company and fill out paperwork and all this type of stuff. So it's much easier for those that move large volumes. When me, generally, I use specific policy. Specific policies when you don't move large volumes, and then every time you move, you'll have to send documentation to be insured in that movement alone, correct? And you move again, you have to go to the insurance company or call the insurance company, send your documentation, fill out the format every time you move, okay? That is a specific policy. Understood, guys?
¿Cuántos días antes se tiene que mandar todos los documentos para tener el seguro?
Same day. Same day. It could be until the same day or before. It could be before or the same day you're going to move. Correct? I'm going to move today. Hey, we're going to move in 1 hour. can send the documents, they'll describe it, and that's it. Correct? Okay. Don't tell me you left your English at home. You left your English at home? Okay. The coverage for insurances. There are 5 main coverage. Now let's understand this. When we move, the first thing an insurance company can give you is what is called minimum coverage. Now, the question is, what is minimum coverage? Minimum coverage is basically the minimum an insurance company will cover if something occurs to your cargo. So you can go to the insurance and say, hey, I want the minimum coverage. What is that? Generally, it's fire, explosion, when they throw your cargo to the sea, if your cargo falls accidentally to the sea, if the cargo is damaged while it's being manipulated or moved in port or to the port or to the ship or whatever, correct? That's the minimum coverage. But like every insurance company, you can also insure more things. Every time you insure more things, you what?
The price goes up.
The price goes up. For example, here in Colombia, when you insure a car, you insure a car, can you insure a car only for robbery in Colombia? Only for robbery. When I insure my car, I can go, let's suppose I go to the insurance company and say, you know what? I always have my car in my apartment, or I have my car in a parking lot. I also have in a parking lot, they're not going to steal my car. I want to only insure my car for damages, for accidents. I want to only insure my car for accidents. Can you do that here in Colombia? Why? Why not? Because here when insurances, because we don't have the customs of insurance. Here in Colombia, insurances, for example, car insurances, they insure everything. Todo riesgo. O todo riesgo o nada. Correct? Why? Because they don't have, insurance companies don't sell as much as the United States. In the United States, they can insure whatever you want. I want to insure the lamps of my car. Okay. I'm very fond of this excuse that these 2 students gave me for the exam. I want to insure them. You can insure them in the United States. I want to show this 2 pieces of paper. You can insure it. They say, okay, what do you do with the paper? I take the paper, I always have it with me. They see the risk of people robbing me. They see the risk of having it in my house. They see the risk of having, and they say, okay, Harold, you have an insurance? Okay, well, how much you want to insure it for? I'm going to insure it for $50,000. Okay, $50,000, that's a lot. So they probably see the risk is very high, and they will charge me a very high amount. But they will insure it. If you go to the United States, who have rented cars in the States? Who have rented cars? When you rent cars, you realize that you have an insurance, correct? That I generally don't take. Why? Because I use my credit card. Once you pay with your credit card, you have your credit card. Many credit cards, well, gold up, correct? Credit cards insure the car for you. So you tell them, you know what? I don't want insurance, and your credit card insures the car. Okay? You can do that. But additional, they have different insurances. They say, what do you want insurance for? They generally offer you what? All risk. But they can also offer you only for accidents, only for third person, only for other things. Correct? You can insure a car for a few things or insure them for all risk. Okay? So in the States it's a little different than here. Here we have different characteristics, we think differently. That is why insurance company, just to give you guys an idea, which is the country, I'm going to explain you why in Latin America and generally in Colombia. How many people have their houses insured? Your parents have insured their houses. 1, 2, 3, how many more? No one else? 3. It's generally 3 or 2 or 1 or 4 maximum in a class. Why? All my friends in the States insure everything. Their watch. How many of you have your iPod insured? So how many of you have your Mont Blanc insured? My friends have their Mont Blanc insured, their iPod, their cellular phone, absolutely everything. I had a friend, I went to him and like, okay, oh, you put in your house, oh yeah. Yes.
Gracias.
And now I'll explain. Now I'll explain the cellular phone.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened? I had a friend that I told him, hey, you know what? I told him, okay, you have a house, a new house. Yeah. He was living in an apartment. No? I just bought a house. I said, whoa, you haven't moved yet? No, I haven't insured the house yet. You haven't? What do you mean? You haven't moved to the house because you haven't insured it? Oh, of course. First you have to insure your house in case something happens. What means something happens? Go to your house. So he's waiting for insurance to approve so he can go to his house. That doesn't happen over here. Okay? Other things that doesn't happen over here is, for example, cellular insurance. Why they stopped cellular insurance? Now they're starting again because people used to insure their cellular phone, and incredibly, 40%, 35% of Colombia insured cellular phones lost 2 cellulars or more per year. So they started to realize it was a bad business. Like, no, and then they started to increase the price of insurance. I remember when I bought my BlackBerry. In that time it was 400 and something. So I bought 450,000 BlackBerry, and then next day they called me, Harold, do you want to insure your cellular phone? I'm like, how much? 20,000. What? 20,000 for insurance? No, wait. I'm not insuring anything. No, you don't insure a phone. Yeah, I'd rather lost the phone and buy a new one, correct? So they started to take away insurance because in Colombia we have that. Why does that happen? It happens for, I'm going to give you other examples. Here we don't insure, I have insured, but here that stupid insurance that they have of if the plane falls down, your family will get 50 million, or 100 million. I think that's stupid insurance. Correct? I have the same probability of falling in a plane than a lightning grabbing me. Que me coja el rayo, como un rayo. Es más o menos la misma probabilidad que yo me caiga en un rayo. So that is a sure bet. But in other parts of the world, for example in Europe, you can insure, like my cousin. I have another British family. I have, from my dad's side, I have, my family comes from England. And I have a lot of family that lives in Liverpool, especially. So my cousin that comes every year from Liverpool, last time she came, she was like, Harold, okay. So we went out. I'm like, okay, no, I invite you. Say, well, you're inviting? Yeah, a bottle, food. I'm like, whoa. So what did you do that you're inviting so much? She was inviting everyone. I'm like, oh, I just got 400 euros. You're like, what? Why? You just got 400 euros? Yeah. You see, I took an insurance. That if I had a connection in Miami. I went England, Miami. I made a connection in Miami and then came to Colombia. And I got an insurance, and if the connection took more than 3 hours, they paid me 400 euros. I paid 15 euros for it, and if it's late, or 10 euros, and if it's late, they paid me 400 euros, and they paid me 400 euros. That's it. Imagine that here with Avianca. We'll have a big issue, especially in December. Everybody getting insurances and getting a lot of money. Yeah, that it doesn't work, correct? Other things. I have a friend from Germany, and his Brazilian friends and Colombian friends, when they come to Colombia, they buy a very expensive laptop in the airport. They insure it in the airport. They come to Colombia. Hey, mom, I brought you a laptop. Here's a present, your Christmas present. Then they go back to Europe and they say, you know what? I lost it. And they give them a new one. Nobody asks. Correct? Because the German doesn't do that. Who does that? The Brazilian, the one from Ecuador, the Colombian, Latin American. All my Latin American friends does it. Oh, German friends, not even one. No one does it. Correct? They don't do it. They go out, they have family probably in France or Spain, and they don't do it. Who does it? We have a different mentality. And I say it's the discovery mentality, la mentalidad del descubrimiento. Es la misma mentalidad que trajeron los conquistadores acá. ¿Cuál es la mentalidad? Uy, una billetera, la descubrí. Entonces se descubrió la billetera. Todo lo que encuentran por ahí lo descubrieron. Entonces, como lo descubrieron, y esa es la mentalidad. Now, There's a very interesting thing about insurance. Why don't we insure? Colombia is supposed to be a very